My name is Adam Porzak with Porzak Golf, taking your game to the next level. We're stepping inside a lesson now with Matt Huo, a great player from UC Riverside. Matt needed a little bit help with his driver, so I lost a driver in this lesson. Had to give mine away. It happened to fit him better. So hopefully he's getting fit right now for a better one. But we also talked a little bit about some specifics to wedge setup, flighting the golf ball down, the little bit of a knockdown mentality with a tight ball flight. We also talked a little bit about shot shaping and visualizing on the driving range. Matt's swing was very good going into this lesson. He just needed to put himself in an on-course setting even when he's on the driving range. Hope you guys enjoy this lesson. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Setup looks great.
Alternate long body, short arms. Right? Chunky.
Yeah. This is a big improvement though in general though, because this three-wood really was an issue for a while for this guy. It just happened to be that the three-wood at the height you wanted to tee it, or when it was on the ground, requires a certain angle of attack which you just used to not have, right? With the way that the golf club would come through impact, it was very low behind the ball with not enough downward angle. So we're working on that, but go ahead and set up again. Here's what I want you to feel on this one with the three-wood. The cause of the club entering a little bit in for you would be if you don't get the width that we talked about last time, because the width keeps everything more out in front of you down the line of your feet, up the wall, right? And that creates a better angle going down to strike the ball versus when you get the longer club out and we get a little bit flat and behind us, well then obviously the club's going to come down a little closer to the ground back there, okay? So let's work on that. Just try to feel like you get the club up a little bit more. Left shoulder pushes the hands down the line of the feet longer.
That's nice.
100% of the time.
Yeah.
I appreciate the club companies making them hot too, so they can. Those last two are just so beautiful, dude. I appreciate the club companies making them
for the amateur, you know.
Well, no, yeah, and for some players, you know, if they want to have 1 week,
yeah,
a three-wood in the bag that just still gets out there almost like a driver, but it's easier to hit. Okay, great. I mean, there's purposes for it, but in general, we're talking for my better collegiate players who are not having the luxury or don't want to switch their golf club all the time. They're three-wood. They keep the same one in the bag. I don't want it to float, but I want it to be out there tight to a point to where when they hit it, it's just not easily knuckling offline. And that's the one thing that those hot three-woods can do for these guys who smoke it. And that's what I love about those last two, though. You can see how tight that ball flight is and just how frozen it is.
I mean,
these last three are just beautiful.
Those are money.
No, it's just unbelievable.
That's speechless.
Boom. This guy. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I think right now it's just more about, you know, I gave you one little small piece of technical advice today that when the club got longer, make sure that you, and the reason I even made that last post about you, it's just, it was more than this for anybody else, it was to keep reminding you of one thing that I thought you did much better. And we freeze it at the top where your arms were much higher than they've ever been. Not disconnected higher, but just higher because they were turned more up in front of your body as opposed to just getting a little bit low and flat behind you, right? So with that being said, your angle with the longer club, when you just have a little bit of that thought, it's not like it changes much. It goes from here to here, but it gets you a little bit more on top of the golf ball coming through, which is why that ball flight was just so frozen. It's okay, just a little bit off on that one. It's probably like the club was a little bit behind you, didn't you feel that? It's nice. That thing is just absolutely ripped right there, dude.
Feel like a little pause.
Did you see how much better that was? Still 100%. Initially, the cool thing was my last piece of advice was something that I knew he'd hit the hardest one of the day. Because like the one before was the hardest one he smoked of the day, just a little tiny draw. And I just told him to just be patient at the top, and I knew it was going to gather, and just he's going to absolutely annihilate the ball. That's the thing is, you know, these guys, a lot of the, you know, Matt, a lot of you guys, you better players, think that you did something drastically wrong when you hit a shot that wasn't exactly perfect, and you know what all you did wrong was? It just didn't have the same exact rhythm right here in the transition. Up to the top, it either got up there a little bit without the body, and then transition without the body, or it got up there good and the body just fired ahead. It was rhythm, just keeping it together, right? That's basically the only reason a lot of times as to why. Sometimes fast off the golf ball, arms and hands, club, leave the center of the body right away, or we have hands kind of climb to the top without the body's turn, or we have body transitions out ahead of the hands. Happens all the time to very good players. It's when they have their swings grooved, almost the cause of every bad shot. You know, of course, and that's if taking for granted if they had a perfect setup, because the setup can always be a killer. But this is a perfect setup right here. How nice is that, bud?
I say all systems go. I make
Just absolutely annihilated.
drop the script for a second right before.
That was probably the best one of the day right there. Ooh. That was absolutely roasted right there. Nice job, buddy.
Those are killed.
Let's hit some wedges. You know? We hope you guys enjoyed our lesson with Matt today. What an incredible young guy. Awesome golf swing. Really fun guy to be around. We're looking forward to seeing what the future has in store for him. Any questions you guys have, please ask down below. We'll be more than happy to get back to you. Porzak Golf is here for you. Please click the link in our description and pick up your free video course. Thank you guys so much.